Hey, I lost you. I lost you there for a second. I'm sorry. We're in Costa Rica and we're having a little bit of blips with that. So I want to pick up where I left off and make sure that you guys are with me. I'm sorry about that. My network connection fell and now it's back. So I want to talk about the things that. Thank you so much, Lamia. So I want to talk about the things that we were talking about last week because I got so much of a response from Christmas, from the forgiveness thing in Christmas to the choice thing last week. And I want to talk about, these things that are super, super important. So let's get back to something. First off, at any time throughout this thing, if you think somebody could benefit from this, please press the share button and share this thing because other people are going to see it and it will resonate with them because they're going to talk about some interesting stuff. So at any time throughout this, please press share. If you want to call one of our representatives at Rythmia, it's 866-936-9446, and they'll help you with any questions you have. Last week, I talked about something that I spoke about maybe a month before, about the definition of hell. And hell is knowing what I want and then deciding not to do the things that I need in order for me to get it. That puts me in this position of hell, of sadness, of fear, of just this terrible position. So what was interesting is I got a lot of emails last week about people saying, well, then the opposite is knowing what you want and then making a move to acquire those things. That's true. But what if I don't know what I want? This is the thing that I was getting in emails. And I really thought about that because it's a part of a program that we give here. And the reason you don't know what you want, if you're someone who doesn't know what you want, is because the you that you are has split from your soul. And you become this other person, and that person, because it's not genuinely you, you're not merged back, doesn't know what they want. So then it's really, really hard. It's hard enough when you know what you want. The hard work begins, they say, when you know what you want. But imagine not knowing what you want. And so for not knowing what we want, we got to go a little bit before. And so here's what we believe happens at Rythmia. We believe that you were born whole, and that something happened between when you were conceived and 5 years old that made you split from your soul but remain in your aura. You're still you. And then that person then becomes the person who in life is the doctor, the lawyer, the Indian chief, the ditch digger, the electrician, the cook, the maid, the housekeeper, the whoever, but she is moved away from herself. And in this state, you get a general malaise where I don't really, really, really know what it is, who I am, or what I'm doing. And that's why we built Rythmia. Rythmia addresses the first part. Rythmia realigns you. It remerges you with your soul. And that's why all of these thousands of people write these reviews, because that's what we do. So I'm going to talk about this today as if you did it. So if you are merged, then you know what you want. Once you know what you want, the rest is academic. See, once I know what I want and I made a decision to acquire that at all cost, in other words, to go from where I am to what I want with a commitment that I will never quit, then everything, the universe conspires to help me. And based on the strength of my commitment, because the universe will test me, it will act accordingly. So the stronger my commitment, the more help that I get. The weaker my commitment, the more opposition I get. So think about that. The stronger my commitment, the more help that I get. The weaker my commitment, the more opposition I get. So we got to watch the strength of our stuff, right? If you ever noticed a leader of any type who is single-minded and focused and continues on the thing, all of a sudden, guess who's helping him? Or her? Everybody. Every single person wants to help that person who apparently doesn't even need the help because everybody's jumping on board. That is the thing that I'm talking about. Once you are committed to the thing that you want, and I see these people in multi-level a lot, in network marketing, and they're always the most successful ones, right? And the reason they're successful is because they know what the hell they want. And they made a commitment that they're going to get it. And they're the kind that drive you crazy and they call you 5 times. But they're the ones that are doing it. They are the ones that are doing it. They're the ones that are making the difference. They're the ones that are making the money. They're the ones who are out in front. They're winning in their thing because they made a commitment. They said, okay, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do with my life. And I don't care if you're in network marketing or if you're in healing, or if you're in baking, or if you're in painting, or if you're in whatever you're in. Once you make the commitment to do it and you're on board with it yourself. So here's the thing. Let's go back. So when we are confused, the universe gives us a shit show. Absolutely right, Belinda. So the thing is this, though. But when you're clear and you see this thing and you want it, and I want to change the world, and I want to build this place, and I want to do this, and I'm going to do it no matter what, all of a sudden, boom, everything conspires to help me. And the thing is, my love for it is outwardly expressed as excitement. It's hard to love something and not be excited. I can tell you what, I was with Joe Marcola, Dr. Marcola this morning, and he made me a shake. What a fucking great life I get to live, right? I got a shake made by Dr. Marcola. And when he was making it, he lit up. He was like, fucking, this is the chia seeds, and this, and he's doing this thing. And while he was making it, he lit up. You know why? He's on fire for what he does. It's why he's the most popular internet doctor in the world. In the world. Because he's on fire, because you can't hide your fire. You can't hide your fire. You can try to, and like, you know, you'll be that person in the group if you're trying to hide it. You're trying to listen to everybody, but you want to tell them what you're working on and what you're doing and all this stuff. And I can tell you, Becky, the key is to not let others blow out your flame. Bullshit. I'm going to show you this one, Beck. People are going to try to blow out your flame. The key is that you believe. You put what you believe over what they believe. You put what you believe over what they believe. And if you believe you're right, nobody can touch you. And I'm going to tell you what, the people who get their flame blown out had a weak flame to start with. Because if you have a strong flame, if you're on fire for what you're doing, I have to tell you what, you know, every week, it's so funny here, but every week I chase around guys. I'll pick out the 1 or 2 who are having a hard time, and I want them to get over the fucking line. And the thing is, I make it's my joy to get them to where they got to go. And you know what they do for a couple days? They borrow my confidence in what's going to happen. They borrow my confidence. So when you're on fire and you're going somewhere, people are going to borrow your confidence, and that's cool. They're not going to blow you out. They're going to try to hang on and let you carry them a little ways. And I have to tell you what, if you're loving what you do, you have a lot of room to carry people. If you love what you do, you get on fire for making a salad, and you make it like, bam, I'm going to tell you what, everybody's going to want to be around you, and they're going to want to eat that salad. You don't have to borrow my confidence back because you can have your own. Gerry, will I be here on February 10th? Yes, I will. I get back on the 8th. Meg Pearson, there's a lady who's on fire for life. Amen, amen. I love seeing you here. But I tell you, when she makes a salad, people come running. People come running. So I'm telling you, this is spiritual and it's practical. Like the spiritual part, because here's the thing. The practical part is I have to do this, and I have to want to do it if I want to be great at it. I have to do it. The energetic part is I start emitting a signal like sonar or some shit that something is fucking moving in the universe. And then all of these other things come around and conspire to join me. Because it is moving. And I send that signal. It's like in the Jungle Book or whatever, when they call the animals. I'm sending the signal, and the world is responding to the signal, right? This is you. This is you. This is what you're going to do. You're there. You've made a decision. You've merged with yourself. You know what you want. And once you know what you want, nobody can talk you out of it because it's what you want. You used to get talked out of it before. You know why? Because the person who was making the decision to do it wasn't even in themselves. The half-assed shit. Like, oh, everybody's like doing this new kind of workout exercise. I'm going to open one up. And that's fucking... it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. You need to have the fire. And if you have that fire, and if you have it in your relationships, if you have it in your relationship with your family, if you have it in this thing that, hey, this is what we're doing, we're a unit, and we're going to do this, everybody loves to be a part of that. Somebody has to be the conduit. Why do such a small percentage of people get the Quan? And I'm going to talk about what that... Do you remember the movie Jerry Maguire? The Quan. Show me the money, Jerry. Well, here's the thing. Everybody really wants the Quan, not the money. Fact. You want the love. You want the fun. You want the whole thing. Yeah. And so, why do so few people get it? Because very few people are willing to answer the call. So, what is willing to answer the call? Willing to answer the call is saying, "Yep, that's what I want, and I don't give a shit. I'm going to get it. And my mother's not going to talk me out of it. My dog's not going to talk me out of it. The person next door who's saying no is not going to talk me out of it. Nobody's going to talk me out of it. I'm just going." And I'm going to tell you what. Here's the response you get from people. When you start that mission, people are going like, that fucking Jerry, he's a pain in the ass. Look at, he's going to do the, and it's not working and this. And then 2 years later, they're saying, see, I told you this guy was golden. It's going to, that's the thing. This is just how it works, right? So what is this boiling down to? Gerry, you're talking a lot of fucking talk today. What is it boiling down to? It's boiling down to this. If you're not aligned, call this fucking number. 866-936-9446. Come down and get lined up. Then spend some time knowing what you want. And then the crazy thing is this. Once you're in yourself, you don't have to go to a class to figure out what you want. You fucking know it because you know who you are. And when you really know who you are, you know exactly what you want. Exactly. So then now I know exactly what I want. And then I take a look at the balance sheet and I say, oh, this is what I want. This is what it's going to take me to get it. Is that worth it to me? Yep, it is. Then I'm going. Look out. And then I say, you know, I might have misjudged on how hard it's going to be for me to get it. So I'm going to put in a caveat there that if it's harder, that's a seed or something. If it's harder than I thought, fuck it. I'm going all the way, come hell or high water. And now guess what? Now everybody starts coming, talking about what you're doing, trying to help you do what you're doing. Because you know what? We all want to be a part of something big. So listen to this. Let's all get together and figure out how to make the tiniest, I don't know, whatever. Nobody gives a fuck, right? But let's all come together and figure out how we're going to bind together as a group and be the biggest group of people and change the world. And now all of a sudden everyone wants it, right? So whatever you're doing, do the biggest version of it you can in your heart. So if you're starting out and you're baking and you want to bake these things, okay, I'm starting out and I'm baking one. I'm going to bake one muffin and I'm going to give that muffin away. And then I can envision in 2 years having one store where people are lined up to buy my muffins. And then I can envision in 10 years having 50 stores where we're the biggest muffin maker in the world. That's this progression. And it all starts with one thing. And the one thing isn't the first product. The one thing is your decision that you don't want to be the same anymore. That's it. That's the deal. So interesting, right? So I want you to do this. And the thing is, oh, there are people say that, oh, that's not that spiritual. Fuck that, that's not that spiritual. That it is spiritual. It's spiritual to want to be full. It's spiritual to want to be full. And by full, I mean to have the things that you want that are going to make a difference in your life. So I mean, there's already all kinds of studies that show you what that is. The thing that's most important is close personal relationships. Having enough money to pay your rent, also a big thing. Yeah. So listen, just do what I'm saying. Like this is exactly how to do it. Sit down and know what you're on fire for. Because here's the thing: in the beginning, everything is going to test your fire. The universe is going to test your fire. The people who are around you, your mother, your aunt, they're going to test your fire. They're going to tell you you can't do it. Yeah, but you can. You can and you will. So listen, let's go back to square one. If you want to come here in a line, I want you to. More people are coming every year. This place gets bigger and bigger and bigger every year. You know why? Because we do a great fucking job at it. We work our hardest to do the best we can, and we're going to get better and better and better and better at it. I won't quit until we are so good at this, it's ridiculous, yeah? So I want you to come, and I want you to experience this, and I want you to get aligned, and then I want you to go rip shit and burn in life, to go get the things. And listen, if getting those things that you want is a means to an end, if you get them just so you realize it wasn't about that at all, it was about this feeling of you pursuing the thing that you loved, that's the real gift, right? That is the gift behind the gift. That's it. So just remember that if you're in this, you're in your joy. So once you decide, I'm going to go get this thing, you are from that moment, you are in your joy. From that moment, you are in your joy. And then everything else pales by comparison. So please stay connected with that. And today I'm going to be off here a little bit early because we got a bunch of stuff to do. But by all means, get in and get on this thing. Just don't let 2019 come and go. Do this stuff every day. Do it every day. Share this if you can, if you want to. If not, keep it, but listen to it. Call the number 866-936-9446. Please come and visit us. And by all means, live your life today. Don't wait a second. Live your life. Get good at what you're doing. Meet people. Hug them. Do what you got to do. Go get them. Have a great one. God bless you guys. Until next week, God hold you and God keep you. God bless.